Okay, alright. I think I'm streaming. Let me check my own stream. Check my own stream. Alright, I can hear myself. That's good. Just saw that go. Alright, cool. I am live. Alright, awesome. Oh my god, for some reason my computer is doing things slowly today. Okay, first things first, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pin this manually at the end of the stream. Alright, cool. And then let's do this. Cheating fingers. Cheating gloves, as I like to call them. Okay, I don't think anybody's here yet. I'm a little bit early today, so uh oh, okay. And last time one of my mods yelled at me for not doing this. Okay, all right. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, I figure I'd get started a little bit early. I could have started a little bit earlier and I was debating on like streaming a game, but I was like, nah, I'm not really in the mood to set up for a game and then be like, if I'm deep in the game and then also switch over to Magic, I'm just gonna do Magic. So what I ended up doing was going through my commands, and then I updated a handful of them and I created like a couple new ones. But most notably, I've updated the raid command. I know that that's not going to be relevant until the end of the stream, but I figured I'd mention it right at the beginning of stream so we can like bookend it. All right, we'll give that a second to get into my fingers. Let's grab the Twitch deck. Oh, actually, there was a command I was looking at. I'm like, I need to fix it. Bert, hello, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing today? As I was just indicating to, I imagine nobody, but um, I updated some commands. I didn't really do anything drastic, but most notably, I updated the raid command. So, um, and actually, I had a reminder. I'm nobody. No, 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 no. I thought before you got here there was nobody. That's what I. That's what I meant. That's not what I meant. You're dead, guys. Please give some odd love to our friend Bert, a.k.a. GipsonLens, because he's not a nobody. Andrew War. Look, I'm starting earlier than usual, and I just thought nobody would show up immediately, like right away, and so it's just like, you got Chris M.E. Welcome in. How's it going? And I was just reminded that I needed to I reminded myself that I needed to check my hug command. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. I can give Gibson Lens a hug, but it will probably fail, and that'll tell me how I need to change my command. Okay, all right, all right. So this is what I need to do. I need to update the command so that it says me. I didn't think Bert wanted a big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth from me anyway. But all right. So how do I change this command to make it work? But anyway, hello, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? How's it going, Bert? How's it going, Andrew? How's it going, Chris M.E.? For some reason, I cannot say just Chris because I feel like your entire name is Chris M.E. Like that is Charlie's Beats. Welcome in. How's it going? How was everybody's weekend? I am extremely tired today because I had a lot of children in my pool today. And so we had like a makeup pool party because we were supposed to have one last weekend, but there was thunderstorms threatening. So Instead, it was delayed to today, which turned out to be much better because the weather today was way better. But I'm exhausted. I was actually thinking about taking a nap, but then I was like, I should not take a nap. Oh yeah, that's right. And then I gotta do the. Let me do sus eyes because I will feel left out. Or sorry, not sus eyes. Eyes, eyes, eyes. There we go. I mean, I guess I could do sus eyes too. Why not? Um, how do I fix this command? So right now the command says it's user gives one a big warm fuzzy. So should I change? Let me see here. Is it from user? Because I thought so. One. Oh no. Okay. User has because I thought when you use user, it's self-referential, but then one indicates the parameter. Should it be two? Hold on, let me just update it to two. All right. Okay, let me hug. Who is next? Andrew, you were second. Nope, I broke it. Okay. Hmm. All right, let me see here. Because it should be one. And then is this from user? Save. Okay. Who was next? Chris? All right. Guys, I'm giving everybody hugs. Nope. Okay. So from user is not the correct one. Oh, sender? Okay. All right. Let's try that out. Okay. I thought it should work because some other ones of mine, but maybe they changed some stuff. Okay. All right. And then Charlie's beats. All right. Hug Charlie. There we go. We got it. Okay. Sorry, Charlie. You just happened to be the next one in chat that or you're welcome. I mean, you might enjoy it. I don't know. Thank you kindly, GipsonLens. That was yeah. I had this note in here from probably like months ago, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I have to fix that. And then I was like, oh no, I can't test it out right before stream because people will see. It's like, what is he doing? So, all right, cool, awesome. Well, I can check that off of the stream improvements today. So I'll let you guys know. My mouth is very, very welcoming. All right, let me just I'll do the spray on myself. There you go. That's so. Anyway, all right. Let me. Okay, all right. All right, guys. I'm opening up the Twitch deck. Here we go. Twitch deck. Woo. Okay. Oh man, I did not expect shenanigans so early. All right. So for everybody who is here early, you guys got to see all the shenanigans in chat about the hug command. And then you guys got to hear that I updated a bunch of commands, most notably the raid command. So we will see that much later. And then, let's see. Oh yes, that's right. So when you unlurk, you reproduce yourself. So yeah. Oh yeah. So if you want to see the raid command, by the way, we're not actually raiding out. We're just getting started. But it's time for a sleight of hand card magician, crazy Asian, and his spectators to raid in. I figured I'd make it more explicit because I'm like explaining to other people that I'm a card magician. So I'm just like, all right, let's just put that in the raid call. That way there's no ambiguity. So now when I raid like new people or people who are not as familiar with me, or at least not with my stream, then we'll know. People will know. All right. So, first things first, I do want to toss a magician's choice. because I want to try something new. It is not a new thing that existed that I knew of before. It's something that I came up with because it's basically like an existing trick, but I'm trying to do it a different way. And so I'm trying to let me do the trick that it is based on. So we would have a card selected, and it could be any card. So like, let's say this one. Doesn't matter that I know what it is. In the course of the trick, I may choose not to know what it is. But this is a 9 of clubs, and so we would go ahead and have the 9 of clubs get put into the deck somewhere like this. And then at some point we would, and to be fair, I might be spoiling how the trick is done at this point, but I would go ahead and show you that the card is facing in the opposite direction in the deck. So that part, not a secret. I think I taught this at TwitchCon, so not a big deal. But anyway, so there's the card. And then I had a more advanced way to do this, to do that exact thing, but it's using the same principle. However, I want to try a new way to do this. So the plot may be a little bit spoiled at this point. But, so all the cards are face up. I would actually take this card, place it face up into the middle of the face up deck, right? And then what I would do is we would do something interesting here where I would potentially ask the spectator to stop, maybe like right here. And then what we would do is I would do a something that we call a convincer. And so I would basically use this as a convincer. So I would use half of the deck and spread and show that none of the cards are face up. Then show that the other half of the deck was also in that situation. And then what we would do is just scoop everything up. And whether your card was there or not, it doesn't matter because we will snap and then make your card turn facing in the opposite direction. So I'm not sure how good that looked, and I have no story for it, but that's basically what it is. So I wanted to see how it worked out. And of course, if you don't believe me that this is actually the card, yes it is. So there you go. So 9 of clubs. So let's... J-Hobo, welcome in. How's it going? First time chatter. Hello. My name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this way, this weird way. I like to do sleight of hand card magic on stream, and so that's what I'm doing. We're still super early, but if anybody wants to request anything, the trick list is pinned in chat. But I was just showing off a new idea on how to do something. It's like a trick that is in my trick list, but it's a different way to do it. So once again, let's just try that again. Welcome in, Obi-Wan. How's it going? How are you doing today? So look, I'm going to go ahead and take the 9 of clubs. I'm going to place it into the middle of the deck. Face up into the face up middle of the deck. And what we will do is we are going to go ahead and just... So we would attempt to overprove here and say, I feel like it's Monday morning. Oh, well, Obi-Wan, it is Monday morning for you, right? Because you are in Australia. And so, but here is where, so I place half of the deck and I spread. I show that there's no cards that are face up. I do the same thing with the other half. And then at this point, I would just collect everything, do the magical thing, and then spread and show their card face down. So there we go. That is the new version of a trick. So I think I'll develop that a little bit probably, but sneak peek, that's kind of something I'm working on. I think it looks okay. Full disclosure, this is the first time I did it for the camera. I did a bunch just like without a camera, but I was like, let me just do it on stream. I can watch it later. But I think it looked good, so. All right. Let's see. So Obi-Wan says, I feel like it's Monday morning. Lol, yes it is. It is indeed Monday morning. So like that would be me saying, oh, it feels like Sunday night, because it is Sunday night for me. But anyway, thank you kindly for the claps, GipsonLens. All right, so let's see. While we're here, and while there's before I, let's go ahead and give shout outs, guys. If you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow. Pianist, site reads from a bunch of songbooks that he owns. Has a song list that has popular music, VGM, esoteric music. Also has composed a bunch of his own originals. So, and it's a secret. Maybe it's not so much a secret. He's putting out an album, his first album. So, guys, you're not following our friend Chris M. Yee. Please give Chris M. Yee a follow. Chris M. Yee, variety streamer, plays a lot of different games, and also is the host of the Clip M. Yee show. So, definitely give Chris M. Yee a follow. And let's see here. Guys, you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Charlie's Beats, as I now like to call the Twitch music famous chatter, because I see him in basically like all the Twitch music streams that I would hang out in. So, yeah. But you know, I've seen Charlie stream before, but not often. And so, but maybe one day we'll see him again. I mean, streaming. We obviously see him all the time in chat. So, let's see, guys. You're not following our friend Obi-Wan. Please give Obi-Wan a follow. Obi-Wan is a Australian, and he streams guitar practice, but also streams lately Baldur's Gate 3. So, and then let's see here. Did I miss anybody else? I think we got everybody right. All right. Official shadow is partially still broken. What? I almost forgot you were live again. Oh, no, no, Chan. I started. By the way, welcome in, Chan. How's it going? Oh yeah, thanks for shouting out Chan. Actually, guys, you're not following Chan. Please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. Does Magic Mondays. So yeah, no, it's okay. I normally start at 10:30, and I actually started a little bit early today, so I actually wasn't expecting people for like another 6 minutes. So you know, it's cool. No worries. We haven't done anything. Actually, I did show a brand new like thing. Actually, you might appreciate it, so I'll show it again. But let's see here. Baldur's Gate 3 is done. Dude, you beat Baldur's Gate 3. Congrats. I say because we play multiplayer. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Um, so interesting milestone, not related to Magic, but today at the pool party that was at my house, it was basically a kids' pool party but later after the official party hours were over and there was just a couple of guests left, I brought out my guitar to play guitar for basically four other adults and like their kids. And basically, I wanted to leave the expectations pretty low. Basically, I was just saying, "All right, am I not terrible? Is it not offensive?" That's basically the litmus test for and I played my set of like the few songs that I know. And they were like, and at the end I was like, "Okay, not offensive?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yes." Success. So, yeah. Awesome. All right. Cool. All right, and since Chan just arrived, let me just do. So, Chan, you're familiar with the inverted card trick, right? So, the inverted card trick, we have a card selected. I'm just going to do the original version of the inverted card trick right now. And so, look, Andrew War, you are the selection. So, here we go. We're going to have Andrew War be placed in the middle of the deck like this. And basically, we end up getting to this situation in which Andrew War will be reversed in the deck. So here we have Andrew War reversed in the deck. Okay, cool. So that is the original version of the inverted card trick. You may know how it's done. I taught this at TwitchCon. I did reveal it on stream, I think, once. So maybe twice. I don't remember anymore. But not frequently enough where it's like an everyday thing, but it's definitely more than once. Okay, so here's the new handling of this. So what I do is I reveal, yeah, this is face up deck, face up card, placing face up card into middle of face up deck. And then what we do is I go ahead and I cut the deck into two pieces. When I cut the deck into two pieces, we now are in a situation where I am going to show to the audience that all of the cards in this half are face up, all of the cards in this half are face up. We collect them like this, and then I snap my fingers, and then the card reverses itself. So that's the idea. That's not polished. To be fair, I don't think this particular performance was that good compared to even the ones that I did just moments ago, but that's the idea. And if you guys don't believe that that's Andrew War, 2 of diamonds, there we are. Andrew War, 2 of diamonds. Okay. Let me try that again. I think I have to practice that again. Once again, face up deck, face up card selection in the middle of face up deck. Place that into the middle. We're going to cut the deck into two parts like this. And then there's another part where I was thinking maybe we could show something like this and be like, hey, okay, so here's half the deck, all the cards are face up. Here's the other half of the deck, all the cards are face up. And then we collect them and snap. Okay, that performance was actually pretty good comparatively. So anyway, new way to do this trick. And I was like, I think there's something to that. So, boom. Okay. Awesome. Nice, nice, nice. All right, Chan. Hopefully you appreciated that, because, yeah, that's all I showed so far. But anyway, trick list is open if anybody wants to request anything specific. Otherwise, I have some ideas of things that I potentially want to practice, because last stream I did not do a couple of the tricks that I normally do. Oh yeah, also a reminder, if you've been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please hydrate. Let's see. I've been playing a couple of new video games. Well, new to me. I mean, I've been playing a couple of video games for the last 2 months or so that I really like. One is called Signs of the Sojourner. And then, let's see, another one was called Poker Quest. And then the one that I'm playing now that I'm kind of enthralled, which if anybody likes narrative adventures, it's actually a text-based narrative adventure. So like if you're familiar with things like The Adventures of Zork, like the original text-based adventure, or at least the one that made text-based adventures famous. I'm playing Road Warden. So Road Warden actually came out like in the last couple of years, but it's like a new text-based adventure. I was like, what? Quality of life illustrations, amazing, and the game is pretty enthralling. I like it. So I like all these games that I just mentioned, but for different reasons. Okay, all right. So let's see here. I don't think I have my own queue open. Sorry, I have to open up my trick list. Okay, all right, cool. So, boom, boom, boom. All right, just did that one. Okay. Let's see here. What haven't I done in a while? I haven't done what's on top. Oh yeah, name pending. I gotta figure out a name for that. I still got. So let me. I'm just gonna throw. Oh, Chan beat me. Chan got one in. All right. I'm gonna add this in there because I want to do it. But we'll do twisting the aces, the classic twisting the aces. So here we go. Speaking of new handling, I recently came up with a variation of Spin Doctor that might show on stream tomorrow. Awesome! That's so cool. Yeah, I love seeing like new slight variations or different handlings for tricks. So for anybody who is not a magician, you can take a look at how somebody performs a trick, the way that they use their sleights or do their sleights, and like how they get into and out of certain situations in between transitions of a trick is like what magicians will call their handling. And so well, it's kind of like, let's say you know how to play piano, right? So, and I know we have a bunch of musicians in chat, and I'm not a pianist, but I can appreciate that how one person plays a piece and how somebody else plays a piece. Um, they can look at each other's like the methodology in which where they place their fingers, when how they achieve like pressing like a maybe a like a long chord or something. So that's kind of like the handling of a magic trick or sleights in a trick. So okay, so let's do. So this is one of my. I actually showed this at the bar on Saturday because I went to an Irish pub and actually wait. Let me use the queens mostly because Chan requested the trick. But I used the fives because I had the bartender sign the five. Well, she chose a five to sign, but uh, my friend and I went disc golfing for the first time in like maybe, well, for me, it'd probably been months since I'd been disc golfing last. And I love disc golfing. Disc golfing is awesome. So, bar magic, yes. So I showed so we went on a Saturday in the middle of the day, like in the middle of the afternoon. So it was like well past lunchtime, but it was well before dinner time. It was basically dead. There was nobody there. We walked in. There was one person at a table, and a waitress was taking care of them. And then the bartender was just up at the bar. And so I was like, "Hey, you want to see something interesting? I have a deck of cards here." And then I swear it didn't sound as creepy as I just felt like I sounded, but and then I showed her ambitious card trick and twisting the aces, but with the fives. So anyway, here we have the queens, and I want to do something interesting with the four queens. I want to turn them all face up, but I want to turn them all face up, and I can't cheat because if I did this, that would be cheating because that's how normal people would do it. It basically doesn't look magical if I just turn them face up. So instead, if I hold the packet and give it a magical twist, that's going to turn up the Queen of Hearts. Now, if I hold the packet, and here's the part that gets people, right? I'm going to hold the packet, give it a magical twist. The Queen of Hearts will turn itself face down. The Queen of Clubs, in this case, Chan, will turn face up. Chan the Magic Man signed Queen of Clubs. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then we're going to hold the packet, give it another magical twist. Queen of Diamonds will turn itself face up. And at this point, I think the bartender was like, "What? Huh?" And then we have one final Queen of Spades to turn face up. But look, if you want to give it one magical twist, nothing turns face up. If I get two magical twists, cumulatively somebody would like be like, "Yo, yo, yo, that was three magical twists," and I'd be like, "Okay, you're right, but minor technicality." But here's what I had done. I let the waitress hold the packet, and then I told her, "Can you just go ahead and snap your fingers over the packet?" And then I just told her to spread. A lot of people at this point want to give the cards back to me, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on to it and then spread them in your hands." And so here we have it. I think it's pretty powerful when you hand them a packet of cards and it's like, "Okay, something weird just happened in my hands." All right, and that, my friends, is twisting the aces, basically the standard way, but also kind of telling you about how I performed it last at the Irish pub the other day. So they were having a special on a beer battered fish fry, and I was like, "Well, I can't deny the beer battered fish fry special," and so I got it. The fish fry was gigantic. It was like this big on the plate, and I was just like, "Oh my god." I was thinking, "Oh, I'm sure, no matter how big it is, I can finish it." No, no, I had to take some home. It was delicious though. All right, let's see here. Yes, I've never been to a real fish fry. What? You've never had a real fish fry, or never been to a real like a place that fries fish? Like, how do you mean? What is that? I don't. Do you like fish? I mean, if you don't like fish, then I guess there's no reason. That's like saying, do you like to eat fried cockroaches? No, I've never been to a cockroach fry. Well, you know, yeah. I mean the events. Oh, I've had fried fish before. Okay, okay, right. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I've been to a fish fry. No, I have been to a fish frying because my friend threw a fish fry party last year, basically as a like christening his house because he just moved into his brand new house, and he fried a ton of fish for us, like four different kinds of fish, and I was just like, they're all delicious. So what says yeah? Okay, cool. Thanks for clarifying that. I'm always confused. I don't know. And then how's everybody? How was your weekend? I've been telling you about my weekend. I went disc golfing, went to the pub, uh, had a pool party today for the kid. It was fun. Um, should I host a fish fry? I mean, it's up to you. If you are going to be frying fish at your house, you could basically just call it a fish fry. Even if it's a party in which you fry fish, that's a fish fry, right? As far as I know, like the label, there aren't like any official labels for fish fry. See, Chris MU says, "'Twas a good weekend. We ate a bunch at Disneyland and saw Deadpool and Wolverine." Oh, how is Deadpool and Wolverine? I heard good things about it. I have not seen the second Deadpool, but I saw the first one. But a lot of my friends have been talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, so it's great. That's my second time seeing it. Nice. Oh, Jen's first. Okay, got it. Cool. I guess also while you mention, guys, you're not following our friend Curviously Jen. Give Curviously Jen a follow. Um, cool, awesome. That sounds like fun. I haven't watched movies lately. I'm kind of vicariously living, watching movies by just listening. So on on GipsonLens' stream, he's been telling basically me, I guess, but I mean anybody who's there, about all the old classic movies that he's watching, and then we turned it into a game. I'm basically trying to guess to see if he likes it or not. So I will say that my accuracy is not good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but like it's definitely not good. But anyway, all right. So okay, I have this trick I kind of came up with. It was like an improvisation that I did for my YouTube channel, but I liked the trick so much, I was like, let me put it on my list so I remember to do it. And also, I don't want to forget doing it. So here we go. I'm just going to use the queens because we just used them for the last trick. And so, um, all right. So if I was to go ahead and place the queens on top of the deck in such a manner that they were alternating, right? So black, red, black, and red. Now, if you were to guess what two cards were on the top of the deck, would you guess a red queen and a black queen? Two red queens, two black queens? I think a lot of people wouldn't guess that. But if I just show you, I'm going to show you that, look, on top are the two red queens. Now, here's the interesting thing. If I just take the two red queens and I place them back on top of the deck, like this, you would imagine that now on the top there are two red queens, right? But look, if I snap, that'll actually show that I have two black queens on the top. Is that super weird? That's super weird, right? That's super interesting. Okay, so here's the thing. Now, what if I was to tell you that we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and lay them face down. Would you guess that these two are the red queens and these two are the black queens? Or these two are the black ones, these two are the red ones? Or they're like intermixed, red here, black there? Queens? Alright, whatever you guess, it doesn't really matter because the question is, what was on top of the... What's on top? That was my working title. But let me just go ahead and show you that... Remember I had wanted to use the aces for the last trick? And so I probably should have just turned them to the aces. Okay, and that, my friend, is pending title trick. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. So I was having a discussion with a couple of my magic friends, and we were all like, man, magic tricks, some of them don't really have good names. Now, I'll let you know, if you look through my trick list, I know a bunch of the tricks do have good names, but there's a lot of tricks that basically have very generic names, like, ooh, find a card one, uh, you know, mentalism, guess a card three, and it's just like, okay. And how this came about? If you ever look at like old magic books, you read through the chapters and you find like a particular version of a trick. What older magicians would do is that they would actually make variations of a trick, and then they would just put a number on it. So it's like, oh, this is, you know, Ace's trick variation 5, like, and that kind of stuff. And so that's what used to happen. But if you were to basically try and recreate or reference some of those, it becomes really tough because it's like, well, if you don't have the number and you don't have the book, then it's like, well, I don't know which version it is, right? But there are a lot of newer tricks, or the philosophy is changing where, you know, we're trying to have interesting, memorable tricks, trick names. And so, you know, if you look at my trick list, right, what's a couple that's the Devil's Elevator, right? A lot of people like that one. I think a lot of people remember the name. People look at the trick Pink Floyd and they're like, ah, that's a magician-y name. Not, sorry, music-y name. So it's like if there's like music um, musicians in chat or people who like music in chat, they may go towards that one versus one that's called like, you know, Twisting Aces, you know. But you end up learning like who magicians are and who aren't like magicians, and it's like, okay. Not that there anything's wrong or right. It's just a matter of like, oh, I can guess something about you based on the trick that you request from me the first time I see you or something. I think that's kind of an interesting thing. But anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I need a good name for this trick. So if we have some interesting names, any proposals, I'm down. So let me know. Chris M. Yee says, did I share the video of Shin Lim doing a trick for my sister once? You shared it with me, I think, in a DM on Discord. I did see it, yeah, and I presumed you were the one recording. But yes, I just found it today and wondered. Oh, okay, yeah, I think you did. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, we can double check in a second. Boom, check in Discord. Let's scroll. Actually, maybe I just go all the way back up to the beginning. If I remember, it was very early. Yep, I see. It's on your Twitter, right? Or, well, X now, I guess. In Pasadena, yeah, Shinlim Magic performed a trick for my sister. Yep. Let me drop that in chat, actually, if anybody... Actually, is this a public? Yeah. Haha, I did shoot it, yep. Yeah, if anybody wants to see that trick, Shin Lim performed a trick for Chris M. Yee's sister. I mean, I guess and Chris M. Yee because he was filming, but there we go. Actually, while we were here, I've never mentioned this to anybody, and I don't know if Chris had shared this, but I actually created a trick for Chris a little bit ago. If anybody wants to see that, this is a secret video. Actually, if Chris told nobody else about it, I don't think anybody else would have seen this. So it was a special delivery trick for Chris M.E. Somebody wants to watch that. Oh, I didn't tell anyone. Lol. Okay. I can almost confirm that because if I go back to my YouTube watch page, so it's just an unlisted video on YouTube. It has one view. I assume it's Chris because he responded that he saw it. It has one view and it was me. Yes, I was like, yes, that's right. So guys, if you want to see the Chris M. Yee special delivery trick, there's the link there. And then if you want to see the trick that Shin Lim did for Chris M. Yee's sister, there's that link. So there you go. It was so cool. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, Chris. So, just to fill everybody else in. So, like, Chris was one of the people that I met originally in, I think, Rob Kovacs's stream. But, like, I forgot, well, like, how things unfolded. But basically, I found out he liked magic right away. We learned we were, like, the same age. And then, like, I remember he was encouraging me to, like, start streaming when I told everybody, hey, guys, I think I'm going to start streaming and do magic. And so I kind of attribute, like, some of my presence. I mean, I was probably going to do it anyway. There was a lot of forces like about, but like Chris MU was like a strong, motivated, like inspiring factor. I think I would say inspiring is probably more accurate than motivating. No offense, if if you wanted motivating, but glad to push you in the right direction. Yeah. So, yep, for sure. That and it was just like, man, Chris like DM'd you my spin doctor variation performance. Awesome, thanks, Chan. Greatly appreciate it. I will check a look. I'll check a look at that after stream. All right. So yeah, I hadn't learned anything new magically this past week, so I was like, I don't know what I can do because I actually don't have a Magic Monday sleight of hand video going up for tomorrow. But unless I do that thing that I did at the beginning of stream, which I may do, but if not, I was going to default to like using like clear cards or big cards or triangle cards or something, and then doing something with that. Because I feel like that I know enough. I know enough magic tricks that if I needed a fallback, I could fall back to one of those and just do it with weird cards, and people would probably watch it. Okay, so let's see. What haven't I done for a while here? The wonderful thing about now is that there enough time has passed, and I don't do every trick every stream, or at least even most tricks. I can now see what I don't do that frequently. So in GipsonLens' stream, we talk about 3-monthers as like things that, and there are tricks that I've now not done in 3 months. I need to refresh. I think I think I still know how to do these. All right, let's hope I do. All right, you know what? We're gonna do this one because I was thinking I should probably stay sharp on some of these. But it is hard to believe that enough time passes that I could like be rusty on these, but I'm like, it definitely happens. Like, all right, here we go. Okay, this trick is called Michael Elevator. I don't know how to pronounce this because I always want to say Michael Elevator, but actually if you read it, it's like Michael Elevator. So it's maybe Mike Elevator? That's probably what it actually is. um, so all right, we have 3 black spot cards, and then we have 4 kings. And so the 4 kings, we wouldn't want to mix up or anything, right? So here, I'm just gonna go ahead and lay all 4 kings down like this, and then we have the 3 black spot cards. So here's what we're going to do. The black spot cards, these are all going to represent, each spot on the card is going to represent zombies, right? And each one of the kings, they are all holed up in their own apartment building. And here's the thing. The zombies say, hey, I mean, maybe they don't have conscious thought yet, but they will later. And so they attempt to descend on this first apartment building. However, that king that was in this apartment building will find a way to get to the top of the apartment building and get out of the situation. And now the zombies are a little bit disappointed, and so they're like, okay, well, that's okay. There are way more kings in other apartment buildings. So they're going to descend on the second one now. But that king, also super resourceful, is going to get on top of the situation because there he is. Now, at this point, the zombies are like, hey, we're not getting any brains, and so we want to get brains. So they're going to surround this next king like this, right? And so they're going to surround that king. But once again, that king, I mean, he had like secret passageways. I mean, maybe this king was like in the Clue mansion, and so that king knew about all the secret passageways and everything, so he could get out pretty easily because he's able to get on top of that situation. No problem. Then finally, the zombies just give up and they're like, all right, fine, let's just go see if we can just get any brains from this. And actually, they didn't realize that the king that is here is a pilot, and that king that was here actually got lifted up in their helicopter and actually flew over to pick up all of the other kings because he now has them all in the helicopter. And they left all of the zombies here in the dust. And that, my friends, is Mike Elevator themed as Zombie Apocalypse. Which, by the way, great segue into my favorite podcast. If anybody has not ever heard or listened to the Zombie Podcast, it is just an audio podcast, but has better action than some zombie movies that I have seen that have visuals. So, like, the Zombie Podcast, it's ended now, but I think it was like 4 seasons for the main story. And it's free, and I think the group that did that ended up doing other projects, some of which are related to the Zombie Podcast, but then I think they did other projects too. But it's great. You have to listen from the beginning because it is the inception of like this zombie story, and then it goes to like the final resolution. But the characters are great, wonderful. They actually have like production sound effects like in there, so yeah, if anybody's interested, hashtag not sponsored, but I just love this. It's called We're Alive Zombie Podcast. So check it out if anybody wants to. All right, let's see here. I see the next request. Blah, 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 blah. I talk English good, guys. I'm Asian. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I see a request from Charlie's Beats. Let me get ready for that here. But yeah, once again, great podcast. I definitely like the Zombie Podcast. So. Okay, here. Sorry, guys. I ran out of thoughts in my head while I was. All right, here we go. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Charlie, thank you so much for the request. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give that. All right, we're going to need a card selected, and so actually, let me just double check that the heat map is working. Okay, I think it's on. Should be on. Okay, so let's go ahead and you know what? Let's have somebody select something from one of these cards. All right. E-Room, welcome in. How's it going? How you doing? Guys, oh yeah, thanks for giving E-Room a shout out there. Guys, you're not following our friend E-Room, a.k.a. Mike. E-Room, known as the Pope of Indiana, variety streams, will sometimes stream in real life, walking around town. Sometimes stream him opening things at home, sometimes some community games, but please give E-Room a follow. All right, quick question. Can somebody click on the screen and have something show up? I believe last time we were having heat map issues. So, oh, okay, I see one. All right, cool, awesome. All right, barring any objection, this one will be our selection right here. That's the one. Okay, good. All right, I'm just going to slide that out. Oh, I don't want to slide it out like off camera, so there it is. Okay, next up, we are going to need to cut the deck into 4 roughly equal parts. They don't have to be perfect. So like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and shuffle face up into face down cards. Yes, I know this is like not the best for people who like to be neat and orderly, but look, I'm going to shuffle face up into face down cards. Ready? Hold on to your butts. There we go. And you will see that these are actually going to be pushed in like so. And then once again, we're going to do it again. And then one more time here. And now we're going to magically find your card. All right. I've messed this up because wait, no. Wait. So one of the rules of Magic is that your spectator, especially if they've never seen this trick before, they don't know where the trick is going. And so, look, I found your card. It's right there. And so that's like one of the #1 rules. So oftentimes when you're doing tricks, you're not supposed to say you messed up or anything. You're just supposed to like go with it and then wing it, and hopefully it impresses them. Delicious. But you know what? Anytime I mess up a trick, we bring out the true magical talent of the stream. And that is our friend, the deck sock. Guys, if you're not familiar with the deck sock, say hi to the deck sock. Hi, deck sock. Hello, deck sock. I mean, oh, actually, at the pool party earlier today, my daughter wanted me to do the Wookiee thing, so I just went ahead and and then like all the other kids and parents were like, "Oh, that's pretty good." I was just like, "Okay." Anyway, so yeah, let's just pretend that today the deck sock made the Wookiee sound. There you go. All right, deck sock, can you fix this for me? I dance with deck sock. Dancing with deck sock. Oh yeah, that's right. Ready? Fix it, deck sock, says Charlie. Yep, for sure. Oh yeah. Do you guys recognize this theme? That actually doesn't look too bad, right? It actually looks like there's 2 little feet in there. All right. So anyway, deck sock, did you fix it for me? All right. How do I fix this, deck sock? Can you just tell me? Oh, okay. The deck sock does have the Force. Even though we haven't seen any Wookiees have the Force, I'm certain that Wookiees could have the Force. So the deck sock is telling me to just go ahead and spread the deck. Okay, deck sock, I will trust you on this one. Ready? Here we go. Actually, not all of the cards are face. Yeah, hold on. This is bizarre. What if I... Okay. I'm just going to pull out all the face-up cards that we have. So here is 1. That's an ace. Here's a 2. Here's a 4. They all also happen to be the same suit. They all happen to be spades. So here's a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, an 11. Well, it's a jack, but jacks are given the value of 11. Queens are given the value of 12. And kings are given the value of 13. So the question is, the deck sock tells me you guys can tell me what that card is. Let me make it a little bit easier here. Any guesses? If you said Joker, no. Wait. Do I only see one Joker in here? All right, Chan says 3. 3 of fate. No. 3 of trees. No. 3 of spades, says E-Room. 3 of spades. And that, my friends, is... This is a triumph. Where you play it straight. I'm not gonna lie. The more weeks that I do Magic, where I'm just like, shooting the shit, right? Where I'm basically just talking about my life, it's getting easier. Where I'm just, just telling you guys about my life or things that are happening in it, and it's like, I've also found that I've become like more. How shall I say? I feel like I act like myself. Like if you were hanging out with me, this is probably what I would be like. Besides I wouldn't try and show magic tricks to everybody all the time, because I kind of got over that hurdle like 2 years ago, I think, where I was like, oh my god, I don't have to show everybody magic under the sun. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. If you didn't know, Chan the Magic Man, signer of the Queen of Clubs, which is here. And there we have Chan the Magic Man. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the Oh, you guys! Okay, here we go, hype! Alright, okay. First things first, let's go ahead and have a card selected. It doesn't matter that I know what it is because, well, you guys know that it doesn't really matter that I know what it is. So here we go. That is the Jack of Clubs. Let's go ahead and remember the Jack of Clubs. I'm going to go ahead and place it into the middle of the deck like so. And what we're going to do is not flash, I hope. Okay, and then we're going to shuffle, and then we're going to shuffle. Doesn't matter. We're shuffling anyway, so it's all okay. All right. Okay. Now here's what. Now you guys may have remembered the Play It Straight Triumph was when we shuffled a bunch of little face up into face down, but this is the classic version where we're gonna shuffle all of the cards in one big shuffle, like so. I don't know if this is the right way to do it here. Ugh! Push those together like so. But look, we have a bunch of cards facing the opposite direction, right? We have face up, face down, face up. And then if we take a good look here, we have a back to a front to a back. We even have a back to a back. Yeah, so anyway. An anonymous gifter! Thank you so much, anonymous gifter. Thank you for the gift sub to Obi-Wan, looks like. I just realized that there are emotes on the screen. I'll just hang on for a second. Alright, so here's the deck. My hands are here. It's all clear. Right, okay. Here we go. And then we'll snap. And actually, if we show you, every card has corrected itself. Every single card except for one. Except for the one card that happens to be the Jack of Clubs. Okay. Now here's one that let me try doing this, see if I can remember. Improvising. So here's the thing. I'm going to polarize the Jack of Clubs, and so look, it is face up into a face down deck, right? But importantly, what I'm going to do is we're going to do something that will allow us to not see it. So it's polarized in the opposite direction. So like if I show you here, it is actually still face up, but you can't see it because it's been polarized. So here's what I want to do. If I do it so that it is going this way, you will be able to see the Jack of Clubs, right? So that's if it's polarized, going the horizontal direction, not the vertical direction. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the gift sub to E-Room. Okay. But let's go ahead and do that again. But we're going to polarize it in the vertical direction and not in the horizontal direction. And so look, once again, face up card into a face down deck. But if I show you in the horizontal direction, you will not be able to see it because, look, because it's actually polarized in the vertical direction. However, if I just go ahead and I fan it vertically, you will then be able to see clearly, because it is not polarized that way. There it is. Is that interesting? That's super interesting, right? Okay, I don't think I've ever done that on stream before. Okay, alright, let's actually go ahead and find all of the jacks here. Let's do something interesting with the jacks. So here's a bunch of jacks and the 3 of diamonds. So we're going to make sure that the 3 of diamonds is right here. Actually, what I want to do with the 3 of diamonds is I'm going to leave the 3 of diamonds over here, there, and we're going to go ahead and place that over there. But now over here we have all 4 jacks, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to make the jacks do something interesting, because if I show you, we're just going to do a 1, 2, 3 hop, and actually there's only 1 card over here now, because if you look over here, there's only 1, but over here there's actually 4. And the 3 is now over here, and the jacks are all over here. That's strange, that's super strange, right? Okay, let's pretend we still have these as this. Now we have this 3, and then we have the 4 jacks. And so here's what I want to do with the 3 and the jacks. So here's the 3, here's the jacks. I just realized I like having these like this. Okay, here's the 3, here's the 4 jacks. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn these face down like this. And then finally we have this last one. So I'm gonna leave the 3 face down over there. And thank you so much for all. Oh, I just realized the hype train's still going. Okay, so here we have our 2 black jacks. Now what I want to do with these 2 black jacks, we'll leave them over here just for a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'll grab the 3, place it amongst the red jacks, and we're going to go ahead and show you that they're right there. But all we need to do is grab that 3, not physically, but magically, because it's here. And if I show you, we take a look that there's only 2 cards over here now, because these 2 are the red jacks, and actually the 3 of diamonds is now over here. Okay, was that too fast? Alright, look, we can do it again. Okay, so here, we'll do this. I'm going to go ahead and show you that the 3 is there. Here's the jack. So last time I turned all of these face down. But let's leave the black ones face up this time. And we're going to go ahead and leave the 3 right there. And then I just need to find the other black jack. Let's go ahead and place this on the top. But this time we're actually going to place the 3 deliberately between the 2 black jacks. And what we're going to do now is just smack these together, because now if I show you, there's actually not 2 cards here, but only 1, and the 3 of diamonds is now over here. Now you're probably wondering, wait, where are the red jacks? There's only 1 card in between the 2 black jacks right here. But actually, if you just tug on the ends, 1, 2, 3, here they are. And these are the 2 red jacks. All right, we got at least a minute of hype train left. Okay, so, all right, let's go ahead and do something interesting with the 4 jacks. Let's see here. We are going to, let's see what we're going to do here. Okay, we have these 4 jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to do something interesting with these. What I want to do, actually, let me just demonstrate here. If I have the jacks in my hand and I shake them, one of the jacks will turn themselves face up. So let me just go ahead and close that up. But look, if I just hold this packet and give it a shake, that's going to turn up one of the jacks, jack of diamonds. Okay, now here's the thing. All 4 cards are face down. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look, all I have to do is hold the packet, give it a shake. That shake actually is going to turn up another jack. Jack of clubs. All right, so once again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 face down cards. But all we have to do here, hold the packet, give it a shake, and that is going to go ahead and reveal that the hearts has turned itself face up. I know, is that interesting? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards face down, but look, if I hold the packet, give it a shake, that's actually going to turn up the last one, Jack of Spades. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Now here's the thing about this. That's how you use 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold the packet, and then when you give it a shake like this, that shake actually changes everything. But I can do something else with this as well. So look, if I show you, there's no cards that are face up or anything. But look, if I put the jacks into the middle of the deck, and I hold the whole deck, and I shake very vigorously, very, very vigorously, we will now be able to show you that all of those jacks have turned themselves face up. And that, my friends, was a successful hype train. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Let me go back and let's say thanks to everybody. So thank you so much to Chan the Magic Man and Charlie's Beats for the resubs that kicked it off. And thank you for the gift sub, Chan the Magic Man. To, let's see, it was E-Room. And then thank you to Anonymous for the gift sub to, I think Obi-Wan got that one. So, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So thank you so much, everybody, for the support. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. E-Room, Chan the Magic Man, GipsonLens. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate it. And then let's see. So while we're here, let's just let's thank everybody and show their cards on stream. So we have Charlie's Beats. Actually, this will be easier if I just Chan the Magic Man. Hey Obi-Wan. If you are still here, have you signed one of these? I don't recall if you have. But since it was an anonymous gifter, I don't know who to provide that to. 1 more month till 1 year. Oh, yeah. That's right. So, let's see here. And then E-Room has signed one as well. I know E-Room received a gift sub from Chan. All right. let's see here. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Obi-Wan has signed one. But if Obi-Wan, you are here and listening, if you would like to sign one, um, you get to sign one because Anonymous gifted for you. Because I don't know who to attribute. Normally, I would give it to the person who gave the gift sub, but we don't know who that is. So all right. Okay, all right. Woo! Phew. All right. After that was that was a longer hype train because it was more than 5 minutes. But anyway, yeah, I was trying to queue up in my head like, what tricks do I do next? Oh man, do I have to take time to look for a bunch of cards, or do I just look for a few, or what? And then, yeah, okay, cool. So I do also see Chris M. Yee's request for which we have we put on hold because the hype train occurred. So, uh, thank you for being patient. My apologies. So, all right. Let me just double check and make sure that I am going to do this appropriately. I will do it the advanced way. Okay, we'll do that. And then we'll do this. Okay. Hold on. I just have to remember how to do the second part that is the advanced way, because otherwise this will not look that good. Yes. Okay, that is correct. Yes, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Sorry, in my mind, and I'm actually playing it out in my hands right now. And then we go boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know why I'm doing that. Boom, 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 boom. I don't even know what tune this is. Okay, and then we have, oh, whoops. And then we have finale. Okay, cool. All right. I did just kind of mess it up in rehearsal. So let's hope that I do not mess it up in actual play. Okay. Yep, I see where I messed up. Okay. La la la. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, got it. All right. Awesome. Okay, so I did do this trick earlier, but we are going to be doing the full version, the inverted card trick. So the trick that we saw at the beginning was the alternate handling of what the inverted card trick should be, or after my new handling. I figured since Chris has requested, we'll just go ahead and have Chris be the selection. And so here's the selection. All you'll have to do is just remember that Chris M.Ye was the selection. And what we're going to do is we will go ahead and have the selection get put back into the middle of the deck like this. And then we'll see that get pushed in like so. Okay. However, if you remember the plot of the inverted card trick, by the end of the trick, there is an inverted card in the middle of the deck. And so, look, we'll just turn Chris's card over. All right. And so, if you just spread, we will now see there is one card facing the opposite direction, and that is indeed Chris MU's 2 of spades. Now, you may know and understand how the first half of this trick works, but the reason why I designed this half is so that it won't make any sense. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place the 2 of spades, the face down 2 of spades, into a face down middle of the deck like this, and close that up. And now some people believe I might hide it on the bottom, which it's not, and some people believe I might hide it on the top, which it is not. And so this is what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead and show you that once again every single card is facing in the same direction. Well, not yet, because I have to actually make them face in the same direction. But take a look. And now here's the part that would hopefully stump people, is that we will now have the card facing the opposite direction here. If we take a look, every single card is facing in the same direction except for one, this one. And it should be the selection, in this case, Chris MU's 2 of spades. And that, my friends, is the inverted card trick. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Chan the Magic Man. Thanks for cleaning that, Chan. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chris. Hopefully you enjoyed. So we saw a lot of that trick today, because we saw a bunch at the beginning, a different way to see it. That one, the first half you probably know how to do from like maybe childhood playground card tricks or something. Then the second half, that's hopefully going to be the stumper. You know, I realize I'm talking about magic tricks a lot differently today than I normally do. And I don't really normally talk about like tricks like fooling people from like the fooling perspective. But I recently had a couple of conversations where it's like, oh, okay, and then they wanted to hear about like my opinions about what tricks fool people, what tricks don't. So I was like, oh, okay, I think there's some carryover from like that kind of thing. There's also something to be said about letting some people in on like how some stuff is done, because that's how magic innovation happens. So if you guys remember the coin matrix with cards, so there's a version that I want to learn how to do. I think I understand the premise, but it's not like something I can readily perform. But like, instead of using regular playing cards, you use clear playing cards. And I was like, ah, that sounds like straight up my alley. But it is maybe difficult. So, all right. Next up, we have a request from Chan the Magic Man. Thanks for the request, Chan. Okay. First of all, we have 2 piles here. And, oh yeah, let me remember that this is the correct trick. I sometimes mix this up with another trick, but this is the correct one now. All right, so look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 red backed cards, and they are from a different deck than this one. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue backed cards. And now we're going to need some suits selected. Chan, since you requested this, would you like to give me 2 suits? I'll need a red one and a black one. So you can give me one from either hearts and diamonds, and then another one from spades and clubs. So it looks like Chan has selected hearts for red. What would you like to select for black? keep my hands open so you guys don't see it. And some people think because I hide my hands over here, it's like, no. I just want to rest my arm like against my body. E-Room can take the next one. Okay. E-Room, are you there? E-Room, would you like to select a black suit? You can select either spades or clubs. So yeah, club says E-Room. All right, here we go. Hearts and clubs. Ready? Hearts, clubs. One finger. Here we go. Hearts. And then clubs. But not only that. So actually, I think Chan did that because he wanted to dispel any sort of suspicion that this was a setup, because he is the other magician in chat. But none of this is set up. If I had two other spectators, they could actually choose whichever. But here's the thing. So yes, I was able to turn up the hearts in this pile and turn up the club in this pile. However, that's not just it. Would you not just believe, like if you look at the name of the trick, look, you can even use some meta information. This is, by the way, this is normal information that normal spectators would not have. They would not have the name of the trick. Because like one of the things that like magicians do not want, they basically do not want other people being able to look up the name of a trick and being like, this is how it's done. And so, yeah. FYI, this particular trick name isn't actually the original name that this guy put the trick out under. I won't dispel that name, but this is the marketed version of a trick that he created. So, anyway, neither here nor there. But if I now tell you, wait, would you not believe that I didn't just flip them face up, but I actually also swapped their piles? It's called trading kings, right? So it's like I traded them. So if I show you this king of clubs, if I show you the back, it's actually the blue-backed one. And if I show you this king of hearts, it's actually the red-backed one. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? But not only that, that's not the end of it there, because believe it or not, I knew what you were going to choose, because that's all you could have chosen. Because look, if I show you, there weren't any other kings. I know I lied a little bit and I said they were all kings, but actually, did I say that today? I don't know if I said that today. Anyway, there's actually nothing else here, because if I show you, there's no king here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here. You lied! I mean, you know, yes. I mean, isn't that what magicians do? We lie, but to entertain and not steal people's money. Like that's the thing, right? Magician, arguably one of the most honest professions in the world. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the mind blown E-Room. My apologies. I hope that you were able to recollect all of the pieces of your mind and put them back in. Puzzle pieces. Stick them in there. Make sure that the zombies don't eat your brains. Very important. Okay, let's see here. Making sure I set this up again for next time. Nom 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 nom, says D-Room. And then Chan's also got the rollin', yeah, the Zombert emotes. Alright, guys, if you have not hydrated in a bit, please hydrate. I'm having diluted black tea tonight. That's what I'm having. Okay, next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for the request. For this trick, I need to make a prediction. So we're going to go ahead and try and find a card to predict with. Actually, let me give this a good shuffle, just in case you guys... If you were here, you too could shuffle the deck. I could say some things like, as you shuffle the deck, I can see that you are imprinting your soul onto each one of these cards. And then I'll make a prediction about you. So this is where if I was going to be like a fortune teller, like maybe an unscrupulous one, and be like, I'm going to take your money to, to read something. So this is where we would perhaps have some dishonesty. Okay, so perhaps I'm going to make a prediction. I have a prediction. I'm going to attempt to predict something about your selection. So here I have set aside a prediction. Then what I will do is I would spread the cards. Let me do a better spread there. There we go. Okay. And then, I don't know if Charlie, you're still there. You can make a selection of any of these cards. Go ahead and click directly on the screen. Should be a heat map. It looks like there is one already. All right. We'll give you a chance. If this is not you, say something now, /or. If you would like to change your mind, now's a good time. So, going once. Going twice. I'll take a hydrate while we're there. While we wait. It's a me, says Charlie's Beats. I assume that Charlie's Beats would say it like the way Mario would say it. So in my mind, it becomes higher pitched. It's a me, Charlie. Sorry. All right. Anyway, so all right. So here's the interesting thing. So here's my prediction, and then here's your selection. Now, I have to explain one thing to you. So a perfect pair in this case is when you find the mate, the proper mate of a card. So just as a general example, and I hope that this isn't the one that matches. So the 5 of spades, the mate of the 5 of spades is the card that shares the same number and the same color, but is of the other suit. So in this case, the mate of the 5 of spades should be the 5 of clubs. And I hope I don't have the 5 of clubs here. But anyway, oh, naturally. Yes, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, naturally. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm just going to show you that my prediction was actually the 6 of diamonds. And so here's the 6 of diamonds. Now, in order for this to be the correct mate, right, this would need to be the what? The 6 of hearts, because that is the other 6, and it is red, right? Like 6 of spades, 6 of clubs, those don't share a color. So here we go. Yeah, let me put it under the heat map because the heat map will get the magic from there. But look. What are the odds? Don't you dare say 2% because that I know that we have some technical people in here that would say that. But anyway, better than the lottery. But I'll let you know because you're watching a sleight of hand magic show. 100%. 6 of hearts. That, my friends, is a perfect pair. Radio in the Woods isn't here, but whoever Radio in the Woods would be a perfect pair to could be right here. There we have it. Thank you so much for that request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, so as you guys could tell, I'm more upbeat today. I'm still a little bit bummed out about my cat, but I mean, who wouldn't be? I did get a chance to write a nice, I don't know if I can call it like a memorial, but I basically made a long Facebook post, basically saying goodbye to my cat and telling like all my friends about my cat. And I put up like, I don't even know how many pictures, like 40 pictures or something about my cat. It was kind of like I don't think I could have gone through all the pictures of my cat last week, but this week I was like, okay, I'm ready for it. I'm gonna, and I remembered my cat, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, otherwise, feeling good today. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats, and the hearts e-room. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks, guys. All right. Let's see here. I have a boss trick. What is it? Hold on. I did not check. Sorry for your loss. Thanks, Chan. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I talked about this last week, but I think we gave her a good home. She was old. We knew it was coming. It's just a matter of when. So, but oh, this was not a good. Okay, so the boss trick from last time was I'm not gonna do the boss trick today. If it gets requested, I'll do it. But it's actually one that I don't think I called out was going to be a boss trick. But then in retrospect, when I was like, that one should become a boss trick. So, all right. Let's see. What else haven't I done in a bit? Oh, I technically did this last time. Oh, but it was during. No, wait. I did it with clear or big cards. I forget. But I didn't mark it because it was I think it was a request. But let me do it again today because just so I can get the get the 3-monthers all cleared out. So let's see here. Let's use diamonds because I find a cluster of 3 of them. So okay, this is a trick called Ace on Top. It's not so much a trick as it is a game because we're going to be playing the game of guessing what is on the top. So look, we're going to use the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 of diamonds. Now, here's the thing with this. If I was to ask you which card is on top, you would basically say, oh, right now it's clearly the 5 because you can see it and it's face up. But here's the magical move. I'm just going to go ahead and do the magical move right now. Watch. The magical move has been magicked and moved. But look, all I have to do is just let it sit for a second. I don't even have to snap or anything. Even though I said I didn't have to do it, but I did it. Guess what's on top? If you guessed the ace, you'd be right. Now, if I was to remove the ace, what follows the ace? You would basically get the 2 because it's the numbers going in ascending order from ace 2, 3, 4, and so on. What follows the 2? It's the 3. And then what follows the 3? The 4 and the 5. Important question. Which card is this? Is this card now not on the top? What card's on the top? Ace of Diamonds, says Chan the Magic Man. I just realized this, using the diamonds is a good suit because we have that emote from Infozar. So, but yeah, here we go. Chan knows what's up. Ace of Diamonds, followed by the 2 of Diamonds, followed by the 3 of Diamonds, followed by the 4 of Diamonds, followed by the 5 of Diamonds. Important question. Which card is this? I didn't do any magic. It's literally the Ace of Diamonds. Okay. You know it's the same Ace of Diamonds because it's signed by the Rusty Panda. Magic Twitch's mod. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place the ace into the middle of the packet. It's not on the top, it's not on the bottom, but there it goes. However, we're just going to make it jump up to the top with a snap, because look, there's the ace of diamonds. Now look, I'm going to take the ace of diamonds and place it clearly in the middle. It's going to go right here. Okay. But if I just snap, that's going to make that ace jump back up to the top, because look, there it is. But now what if I remove the ace? What's going to follow the ace? If you said the ace, that's incorrect because it's over here. But if I was to go ahead and show you that it's the 2, and that's what you guessed, you'd be correct. Now if I take the 2 and place it furthest away from where it's supposed to be, I'm going to place it on the bottom, like this. I remember now, I was doing this with clear cards, so it was hard to see if it was on the bottom or not. But look, that's going to make that 2 jump back up from the bottom to the top. Now, would you believe that I could do this trick with the cards face up? Because look, if this is the state of all of the cards, in order for this to work, the ace has to jump from here all the way up to the top. The 5 has to jump from here all the way to the bottom. The 3 has to slide in the middle. The 4 has to take over 1, and the 2's got to jump all the way up here. And so that is all of the changes that would have to occur in order for this to work. However, all we have to do is just one particular move, and that move is I'm going to do it openly. We just have to grab the ace of diamonds and place it on the top. Now, you know that the top card is the ace because I put it there. But the rest of the pack is self-correcting now, because look, what follows the ace? It's going to be the 2. What follows the 2? It's going to be the 3. What follows the 3? The 4. And what follows the 4? The 5. And that, my friends, is ace on top. And if you were here, you can inspect the cards, look at them, move them around. They are as they seem, just regular cards. Thank you kindly for the claps, and thanks for cleaning that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps, eRoom. So that one was a 3-monther, but it wasn't really a 3-monther. All right, let's see. What else do I need to practice here? I need to practice this other one. It's also 3 months. Let's throw that in the queue. Actually, this will be a good refresher because I don't think I remember how to do this one. So bear with me while I struggle for just a moment to recall how to do this one. Okay. Let's make it a red one. There we go. Okay, so this one is called Little Devil, and it is basically a portable mini version of the Devil's Elevator. So let me just double. I think I got this here. Yep, that's fine. We'll do this. Then we'll do this. Nope. Don't mess it up there, Nam. Good thing I'm not showing my camera now. Okay, there we go. Okay, then we'll do this. Then we'll do this. And then we finish. Okay, cool. There we go. All right. I think I've got it. So, here we go. Little devil. So if you remember from the devil's elevator, hell is not just a religious place. It is a business. And as all good businesses, they have an elevator. Now, here we have 4 kings to represent the devils that you will see all throughout. So we basically don't want to see any one of them on the top, because that would mean that our individual who we need to get out did not escape. And so here it's going to be represented by the 8 of diamonds, and you would not mix up the 8 of diamonds with any of the kings, right? And so that's where we're at. So first things first, let me just go ahead and actually, I should have just, here we'll leave the 8 of diamonds over here. And then what we're going to do is, what I need is we're going to go ahead and place the 8 of diamonds here into the 2nd level of hell. But the easiest way to escape hell is to get to the top of the levels of hell, because this is the one closest to the surface, right? And so here, the 8 gets into the devil's elevator, presses the elevator button, and then hopefully they'll be able to get to the top of the highest level of hell, which is the closest to the surface. And so, here we go. And if you guys can't tell, the 8 has traveled up to the top. But the devil is like, hey, you can't easily escape, and tells the 8 of diamonds to come on back. As punishment, they're going to put the 8 in a lower level of hell. So now it's going to put him into the 1st, 2nd, 3rd level of hell, like so. The 8 of diamonds, though, knows about this elevator, gets in the elevator, presses the elevator button, and then the 8 of diamonds will be able to get to the surface, because here. And with that, the devil is like, hey, you once again cannot leave. So calls him back. Now here's the thing. Some people believe that there are more than... Alright guys, we're going to have to mulligan. Alright. So let's go ahead and get that mulligan in there, and we're going to start over. And we'll go again. There we go. Shh, you saw nothing. So here's the thing too. When I notice that I've messed up, oftentimes I can like stop and then like before anybody else has realized anything has happened, like, so if you're not like looking directly at stream, you may not have realized anything happened. If you were watching me directly and you understand the implication where the trick was going, I think you know. So, anyway. But this was a 3-monther, so, I mean, considering, I think I remembered most of it okay. I did make one miscalculation. The thing that I was doing, I wasn't supposed to do yet. So, alright. So for anybody who's a stickler for handling and how magical methods occur, I mishandled that trick. So, alright, here we go. Starting over from the top, we have 4 kings there. The 4, we're going to use them to represent the devil. And then, of course, we have the 8 of diamonds, who will be our protagonist trying to escape from hell. And so, all right, here's what we're going to do. Okay, hold on. I'm going to leave the 8 over here. And then what we're going to do with these 4 kings is they're going to represent the different levels of hell and how deep you are. And in order to escape hell, the easiest way to escape hell is to get to the uppermost level of hell, and that is how you can more easily escape hell. So the 8 of diamonds is going to first enter into the second level of hell. First, second. Gets into the elevator, and then presses the elevator button. And this time I didn't explain the whole thing about, hell is a business, has a maintenance elevator. You guys know all that at this point because I literally just did it right before this. But look, so now that 8 of diamonds has found its way up to the top. Great. So Devil's like, yo, you can't leave. And he says, you should get into the third level of hell as punishment for trying to leave the second level of hell. So first, second, third. Well, the 8 of diamonds decides to get in there, find the maintenance elevator, gets in, presses the elevator button. Hey, thank you for that ding, Charlie's Beats. And actually, the 8 of diamonds, before we didn't have the ding, so therefore the 8 of diamonds probably didn't know how to operate the elevator. But now we have the ding, and maybe now the 8 of diamonds can escape. So once again, the devils are like, hey, you did not get the permission to leave, and so now they're going to place the 8 of diamonds into the fourth level of hell. First, second, third, fourth. And with that, the 8 of diamonds gets in the maintenance elevator. Press the elevator button. Oh! Whoa. Okay. All right. So Charlie has redeemed Bang, and that's probably a gunshot. And this was like the action hero. So the 8 of diamonds was running into the elevator in the fourth level of hell. Doors close right behind him, just as a bullet grazes his ear. And then we did hear the ding, and so he was hurriedly pressing the ding, because now here, look, 8 of diamonds right here. Okay. And so, here's the thing. Now, some people think that the 8 of diamonds, but look, if I show you, 8 of diamonds is not here. However, 8 of diamonds is here, and now all the devils are like, hey, you got to come back here to the fifth level of hell. Not only did you not get permission to leave, we fired a bullet at you, and you were not hit. And I don't know how that works. Like, if you're already in hell and then you die in hell, do you go to hell? Anyway. But look, we're gonna have the 8 of diamonds start at the bottom, and then in the fifth level of hell, the 8 of diamonds will get into the elevator, presses the elevator button, and then hopefully we hear at the end, hey! Did you hear that? That was a joke, because 8 of diamonds is gonna make it. There we go. And here we have the 4 devils. And that, my friends, was a redo of the first failed attempt of Little Devil, which I haven't done for at least 3 months, and I actually don't remember doing it outside of stream. So the last time I did it was on stream 3 months ago. Alright, we may make that a boss trick, because I definitely messed that one up at the beginning, which is funny because I went through the rehearsal of it right before the trick, perfectly fine, and I just mixed up some steps, I guess. So, Little Devil. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, if you hang around stream enough, you see me mess up, but you get a little bit of a peek into all the stuff that's going through a magician's mind. Like, how do I not mess this up? So it is very and the thing is, I hope that when I do mess up, that it does reveal there is a lot of things to remember during the performance of a trick, and people appreciate that. I know that anybody who does any sort of performing art, right? So anybody who puts on a play, does theater, does live music, does even recorded music, honestly, like magic, same thing, right? I'm doing a performance. If I mess up the trick, it's oftentimes you just want to start over and do it again, right? And in music, it's you're not revealing a secret if you mess up. It's oh, okay, I'm just gonna do it over, or just play through it, right? And here there are some circumstances under which, in magic, you can't recover, because just proceeding with the trick means, well, it's not a secret to the audience anymore. At least that's what. At least when I start over, like the conditions of you would then assume to just start over from like where you're at, but and not like in this weird state where you've now discovered something. Ta-da! Like anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for those claps. All right. So let's see. I did start a little bit earlier today. I was a little bit tired, so I think I may want to try and end sooner tonight. So maybe like 15 or 20 minutes. So anyway, if anybody wants to get any magic tricks in, let's do last call if anybody wants to request any magic. I do want to get a couple of other tricks in myself that are kind of short. And then, of course, we'll always have our finale, of course. So let's go ahead and... Alright, I just did Little Devil. Awesome. I want to do Matrix today. So let's do Coin Matrix. And then we'll go from there. Alright, next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats for Wild Card. Let me get ready for that. Let's see here. So here's something about Wild Card. When I perform Wild Card, I don't diversify my handling of each phase in Wild Card as much as like the original handling would suggest. I wonder sometimes if it is kind of boring for lay people. I'm gonna guess for most lay people, maybe not, but just something that I'm curious about if anybody has any opinions about this afterwards. So I know that was a little vague, but anyway. All right, here we go. Wild card. So I have a collection. I have a collection of 9 of spades. So here's a 9 of spades. Here's a 9 of spades. Here's a 9 of spades. Here's a 9. Oh, sorry. I have a queen of hearts here, and that's not part of the collection. But actually, but here's a 9 of spades. Here's a 9 of spades. Here's a 9 of spades, and here's a 9 of spades. So we have a bunch of nines of spades here. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay out all my 9s of spades. But here's the thing. I don't know if I want to collect 9s of spades anymore, okay? Like, it's kind of boring to collect 9s of spades. Maybe instead I want to collect queens of hearts instead. And maybe that's what I should do. All I have to do is just use a queen of hearts and then change my 9 of spades collection. Just by like, if I just rub the 9 of spades here on this queen of hearts. I don't know if you can tell, but actually the 9 of spades starts looking an awful lot like a queen of hearts. And look, so if we just surround this 9 of spades here with a queen, with the queen of hearts, I don't know if it will just change. I mean, obviously it's not changing right now, but if we just give it a second, I don't know if you know, but like this 9 of spades turns into a queen of hearts. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And look, if we go ahead and grab this 9 of spades, and we just give it a second with this queen of hearts, it too will look like a queen of hearts. And then if we go ahead and grab this 9 of spades with these 2 queens of hearts, will it too turn into a 9 of... Sorry, it turned into a queen of hearts? Because look. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And how about this one? What if I just go ahead and I have these cards get in there, that 9 of spades now looks like a queen of hearts. And here, if I just show you, look. This 9 of spades, now also a queen of hearts. And then this 9 of spades, also a queen of hearts. And then this 9 of spades will also become a become a queen of hearts. And that, my friends, is me turning my 9 of spades collection into a queen of hearts collection. See, for all the magicians out there, so yeah, I did not come up with that theme, but the original trick, I think, is just like changing all of the cards to another card. But there's a magician named Tommy Wonder that basically used the concept of, hey, I like to collect this very specific card. He went another step with it, like taking the time of day into account and stuff like that, and it was like a wonderful story. But Tommy Wonder's performance of Wild Card is amazing. So, if anybody is into looking at different ways tricks are performed, that would actually be a good one to look at to compare to this. All right. Let's see. Next up, we have my request of the coin matrix. Oh, wait, hold on. That looks cool, so I should do that while the camera is on it. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, that does look cool. All right. So here we have 4 coins, and then I'm going to need 4 cards. It does not matter what these cards are. Actually, I'll just use the kings, because why not? Okay, so here we have what we're going to do is we're going to cover each coin with a card like this. And then as we do that, we are going to go ahead and tell you that we're... Hey! Alchemutation, welcome in. How's it going? Don't shoot. Craig, says Jan. Welcome in, Craig. How's it going? Yeah, oh yeah. Guys, if you're not following our friend Alchemutation, Craig, please give Craig a follow. He is a guitarist, but plays Smilecore. And if you're not smiling while listening to his music, it's probably not Smilecore. Hence, you're not smiling. Hence, probably not Craig anyway. But, yeah, please give him a follow. Guitarist, musician, also has other streams such as community games. I've also seen some productivity streams before, so yeah. I've come to be as disruptive as possible, says Craig. Hey, dude. All right, so here we just placed a coin under each one of these cards. And what we're going to do is we're going to teleport coins from corner to corner, because here, this one will jump up here. It happens pretty quick, so don't blink. And then from here up there, because take a look, ready? And then finally, this one will jump right now. That, my friends, is the basic coin matrix. All right. Let's see, Craig says, I got a part-time gig driving a luxury SUV picking up people for a local country music festival this weekend. Yo, that's awesome. Sounds like fun. I myself don't really like driving that much, so I mean, It's a loaded question about driving, but like, I guess I don't think I would enjoy taxiing people. Like, I don't think I would choose to part time like Uber or DoorDash, but like doing it for an event, like, so I'm also not into country music per se, but like doing it for a fun event where people are gonna have fun, like that seems more appealing to me than just doing like any ride share at any given time. So Alchemy says, I dressed up all fancy. Wait. You already did it? You got part time driving it? Okay. Like it already happened? Not like it's going to happen, but it's already happened? Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the applause. Chan the Magic Man. Taxi, no. Luxury, it was even... Luxury, even driving, though. That was awesome. Yeah, event, awesome. I love driving. I don't like taxiing people. Yeah, I guess... So I don't even love driving. Long story. Just let me drive on the mountain passes of Vermont in my manual, and that'll be great. But like going from point A to point B. Ams Andrew, thank you so much for the resub. Great, thank you so much for the prime resub. Love your energy and community. Thanks, Ams Andrew, and welcome in. Let me hop down. I'm pretty sure Ams Andrew has signed one before. We're just gonna double check. And if Ams Andrew has not signed one in this deck, then we will have Ams Andrew sign one in this deck. Ams Andrew, have you signed a card in this deck? Oh yeah. King of Diamonds. I was like, wait a second, the kings are off to the side. There we go. King of Diamonds. Ams Andrew, thank you so much for the continued support and the prime sub. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's see. I'm patient and meditative when I drive, and I just joke with people, so it's fun. Awesome! That sounds like a great time. All right, so let's see. You're a shining star, crazy. Oh, thanks, Ams Andrew. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's see. We just had a resub. We haven't used Ams Andrew. I mean, I guess we used the kings a bunch tonight, but let's do something with Ams Andrews. You know what? I probably shouldn't have shuffled all the other kings in there because we could do something else. Let's find all the kings again before I shuffle. Okay, so here we go. Ams Andrew is the ringleader here. And so we're going to need 3 other cards selected. It doesn't really matter too much. So let's say 9 of spades, ace of hearts, and red joker. So those 3 are our selections, and they are wanted. I won't tell you why you're wanted. I don't want to say criminals because obviously GipsonLens, one of my mods, is in here. So we want to say they're wanted. Actually, Kimaraki is actually a mod, right? So these are wanted mods. And so when Ams Andrew wants to stream, he'll want to get wanted mods. Whether he can get these or not, we don't know. But look, we're going to go ahead and put these back into the deck. So this one will maybe kind of be near like this area of the deck. And then what we're going to do is have this one be kind of like in the middle of the deck, like here. And then we're going to have the Joker be like here, maybe near right there. Okay, and so Chan says superstar. That's right. If you guys did not know, Chan has a bunch of music that he's written, and one of which is called Superstar. Amazing. And so yeah, you can check Chan out. He streams actually a lot of days, but on Magic Mondays it's a mix of magic tricks, and you can request his original songs too. All right, so here we go. We have the 4 kings, and these 4 kings are going to be searching for those wanted mods. Craig helped with the guitar solo. Yes, Craig also was the guitar solo in Superstar, Alchemy Mutation. So, in chat now. I'm like an infomercial. In chat now. I need these superstar emojis ASAP, says Andrew. Yeah, they are Chan's emotes. So if you follow Chan the Magic Man, you can find his stream, and then you can get those emotes. Get his emotes. Chan's emotes are actually really, really nuts. Like a lot of them are like, whoa, like. So, all right. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and have the first King of Clubs jump into the deck to find the other, the 3 wanted mods, right? And so here we have the other kings, and they're just going to be sitting around trying to find all of the other wanted mods. But actually now we just have, and here we're going to go ahead and now all we have left is Ams Andrew here. But Ams Andrew, being the ringleader of the pack, trying to find all the wanted mods, is going to go looking. Maybe not looking for a mod for himself if he's not streaming, but maybe for somebody else. And eventually, he'll be able to find some people. Are they the wanted mods? We're not sure. Let's take a look. So here, in the middle of the deck, we have the 4 kings, and in between each king set is a face-down card. What are they? They are the 9 of spades, the ace of hearts, and the red joker. That, my friends, is a trick for Ams Andrew. Thank you so much for the resub, the prime resub, and hopefully you enjoyed. I'm going to get that into the trick list so that I can keep stats on it. So let's see here. Take my last bit. Alchemy, thank you so much for your last bit. You didn't have to. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. Clear that. Thanks for clearing that. Other one, Chan. And then, alright. I did have to! What? You didn't have to. But thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Also, guys, you didn't know, Alchemy, the signer of the Ace of Clubs. Also, if you didn't know, Alchemy, #1 raider to this stream. Last I checked, I think you had raided into my stream like 20 times, Craig. It's kind of crazy. I have 10 bits. No idea how, and I don't know how to use them. Oh. I mean, I can explain to you how to use them. Don't feel obligated to use them here, but you can type in cheer and then the number of bits you want to donate to that streamer, assuming they accept. So, for example, oh no, if I try and do it on my own, you cannot cheer in your own channel. So, like, for example, capital C, lowercase HEER, and then like 10 would give like the 10 bits to whatever streamer you did that in. They do have to be an affiliate, otherwise they can't accept it, but that's basically what it would be. So, yeah, no exclamation point, just capital C, lowercase HEER, and then 10, no space. But as I said, you don't have to use it here. I'm just telling you so that you could have, if you want to use it somewhere else, that's perfectly fine. No. You don't look silly. It's fine, man. No worries. If an understanding of Twitch is what you want, an understanding of Twitch is what I'm happy to give. Because honestly, a lot of people, Ames Andrew, thank you so much for the bit. Greatly appreciate it. As I said, you didn't have to, but once again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, it is more important that that you understand Twitch because there's a lot of people that it's hard for me to explain to other people in my life like what Twitch is, and it's like um, yeah, no, you could just do cheer like 9. I mean, you don't have to do it here, as I said. Just do cheer 9, and then that will donate to whichever streamer. Find another streamer. You know, whoever we're rating, we can we can give it to them too. It's fine. Um, but yeah, like it's more important to me that if you're hanging out here and you want to learn how to use like the tool. So full disclosure, one of the reasons why I started hanging out in GipsonLens' stream. So this is actually, I don't know if anybody knows this, but like one of the reasons why I started hanging out in GipsonLens' stream was because I wanted to learn more about Twitch. Like initially I was like, oh hey, uh, Rob Kovacs told me to follow. He's a mod for him, but I'm like, oh wait, he's a mod. That means he knows a lot more about Twitch than I know. And then I started hanging out, and then it's like the rest is history at this point. But I'm just like, I don't know if anybody knows this. I don't know if GibsonLens knows this, but yeah. Backstory. So yeah, and now like even to this very day, if I learned something new about like Gibson like about Twitch, GibsonLens probably told me. Like I probably learned it in his stream. No, I didn't use him. This just look. I will say that it is certainly a hook for why I kept on coming back. And then honestly, after that, it was just like, oh man, I like being here. This is so cool. Like I learned so much. His music is awesome. Like the other thing is like it's so relaxing. Like so I just chill and it's like even though I'm like mod and I do stuff there and there now, it's like it's very like calming. Like you know how like when you get to when you get some stuff accomplished and it's like, oh man, I'm helping Gibson Lens out. He's helped me out so much in the past kind of thing. Haha, ban me, I'm just being dumb. Wait. No. I'm not gonna ban you. It's fine. This stuff is just coming out because it's coming out like at this time. It's the right time. That's it. That's I did warn you though. I have come to be disruptive. Look, here's the thing, right? Disruptive means entertaining stream, right? Is that not what disruptive means here on Twitch? Like, so yeah, dude, I would never think of banning you. I mean, well, here's the thing: if you come in and you're then advertising like viewers as like a bot or something, I would be like, okay, temporarily ban, then report to you that your account has been hacked and taken over by bots trying to sell viewers, and then we would unban you after I've confirmed that you reclaimed your account. But I mean, that's yes, I helping with content. Yes, that's right. Absolutely true. For sure. So yeah, that's kind of originally why I added some new sound alerts and like last month I added the bang. The bang, I think so far all of the comments that I've gotten about the bang have been positive. Everybody loves it. Everybody thinks like my reactions are hilarious. It is partially startling because it is a little bit loud. But hey! There was not a moment in which you. Okay, maybe it was. I was almost asking for it. Almost. Hello, sleight of hand friends. What have I walked into? Oh, so we are currently almost at the end of stream, but we were having a good discussion about uh Twitch and making sound effects and stuff. So yeah, Craig, put the gun down, says Chan. Yeah. But anyway, welcome in, checking the gaff meter. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you had a glorious weekend. I was just getting ready to do a finale trick and do the disclaimer, which I've not done the disclaimer yet, so we haven't missed anything quite yet. All right, but yeah, this is a good finale trick if there was ever one myself, because I love this trick. Clearly, I am unhinged. What's the opposite of unhinged? Is it hinged? So, like, this goes back to the same, question as, well, you can be overwhelmed and you can be underwhelmed, but can you just be whelmed? Like, is that a thing? Like, yes, sounds more like a 5-word sum up convo. Yeah, right. Uh, well, I'm so whelmed right now, says Greg. Are you? Are you? Are you whelmed and hinged at the same time? What if you are not currently hinged or in the past hinged, but like you will be hinged in the future? Is that like you're whelmed and will hinge? Like we're gonna get into like really weird specifics of like uh how like conjugation works in English. And already English has a lot of exceptions, but anyway. All right, guys. It is now that time of night in which we say thanks everybody for coming by, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Um, Thank you so much to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, chose a suit, picked a card, any of those things. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of the lurkers out there, because if I'm doing magic trick practice here, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Also, let's give some mod love to our mods. Thank you so much to Chan the Magic Man for helping out tonight. And if you guys are not following Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan a follow. Chan is another fellow Twitch magician, one of the other few magicians that has a regular magic schedule on Twitch. Please give him a follow, and you can catch him doing Magic Mondays, so tomorrow. You might see him streaming other times during the week. He's probably playing retro games, community games, or doing some other things, but Magic Mondays if you want to catch more magic. Oh yeah, also catch more Twitch magic. If you want to catch Magic Twitch, go ahead and click that link tree, and it'll bring you to the 4 Twitch magicians. It is me, it is Chan, it is InfoXR, and it is Hallowthorn. And then, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, a.k.a. Bert, please give GipsonLens a follow. GipsonLens, a pianist, plays what we sometimes call esoteric music, pop music, VGM, sight reads from songbooks that he owns, and also has composed a bunch of his own originals. So, also if you like the Hype Train music, that was a GipsonLens original. So, well, it was like 2 versions that I then meshed together to make one GipsonLens original. Frankenstein? I'm not like a music person, so like when I edit 2 sound bits together, it's... Iced Flame Max, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate. You have signed a thing. Oh wait, I'm looking in the wrong deck right now. Hold on. Iced Flame X, the king of spades. So, hey, calm down. Look, Ice Flame X is a friend. Okay, look. So here we go. See, Ice Flame X has. Wait, that's not. Hold on. There we go. Ice Flame X has signed the king of spades. So there we go. That is Ice Flame X. Thank you. Hey! Everybody, put your guns down. Be calm. It's okay. I know we haven't seen. Hey, Chan the Magic Man. I know we haven't seen Ice Flame X in a while, but there's no reason to shoot at him. Like this is perfectly fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Where was I? Oh yes. I am mad with guns. Oh, are you? Are you now? Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. So shout outs to mods. Do I do a finger wag? Finger wag. All right. I have been exhausted with work recently, to be honest. Oh man, I'm sorry. I totally understand being exhausted. Although my exhaustion is maybe not all work, but a little bit of work, a little bit of being a parent kind of thing for me. But I hope you're doing well, and thanks for hopping in. I'm sorry you hopped in at the very end. So we have one trick left. But what was I saying? Oh, disclaimer, guys! If everything that you saw on stream is sleight of hand magic, it's not black magic, not sorcery, not deals with the devil. But even if it was, I would claim this anyway. So, oh yeah, and also I did update a bunch of my commands, so some of the text might look a little bit different, but um, yeah, basically everything's the same except for the raid message, which we'll see after this trick. All right, cool. So that's where we're at. Been working so much because someone broke their wrist. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I hope that the wrist is healed, and then that will hopefully relieve you a little bit. But oh, Ice Flame, would you like to request one? Yeah, let's do. We could do a random one for Ice Flame. Thank you. Well, let's do that one, and then we will do our finale. So, all right, let's see what random we'll hit. Traveling Man. All right. Let's go ahead and get ready to perform Traveling Man. Hey, Ice Flame X, I'm going to have you think of a suit. Don't tell me what it is yet, but one of the 4 suits, either hearts, diamonds, clubs, or spades. Once again, don't tell me yet, but think of it in your mind while I prep to perform this trick. And unfortunately, I am not going to be able to use the Twitch deck for this because I need some cards that have, okay, so, all right. So let me hang on. Okay, let me just swap those in the queue. All right, cool. All right. Once again, thank you so much for that resub, Ice Flame X. Okay, so here I have 2 piles of 4 cards each. They are from 2 different decks because these are blue backed, these are red backed. And so I want to do something interesting with these. Let me go ahead and tell you one thing though. They are all jacks, and I do want you to note that they are all jacks in the same order. So here we have club, diamond, spade, and heart. All right, so now, Ice Flame X, if you have thought of a suit, now is the time where I would like you to tell us which suit you selected. And then that suit will be the man, in this case the jack, that goes traveling to the other side. Spades. All right, excellent. So look, if I show you here, we have the jack of spades. It is the 3rd position from the top when I flip this face down. And then same thing over here, 3rd position from the top when I flip it face down. Okay, so let's go ahead and square those up. And now I will flip these face down. Okay, so here's the thing. I can make the jack of spades hop from each side to the other side just by snapping. Now I know you couldn't tell, but when I snapped, I literally just kicked the jack of spades from each side to the other side. I know that's really hard to believe, but look, this is the red packet, right? But the 3rd card from the top is now red. So that's, sorry, is now blue in the red packet. And if I show you, this is the jack of spades. Is that strange? And now over here, it's the blue packet, but look, 3rd card from the top, it's actually, if I show you, jack of spades. Now look, if I restore these 2 piles, simply by just moving it, right? So now everything is correct in their respective piles, right? So if I show you, everything is red. Now if I show you over here, everything is blue. But all I have to do is do that snap. And actually, if I show you, there is one card that is blue amongst the red cards. And over here, if I show you, there's one red card amongst the blue cards. Which one is it? It is the Jack of Spades over here, and it is the Jack of Spades over here. And that, my friends, is Traveling Man. Alright, once again, thank you so much for the resub, Iceflame X. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That one's for you. And now to make sure that I put the cards back where they belong. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, E-Room. That was crazy! Was that crazy? It's pretty crazy. I mean, the first time it's like, huh. And then the second time it's like, what? He fixed that. What? Like, yeah. When I first saw that, I was like, huh. How? What? I need to learn how to do that. And I learned how to do it. And here we are. That was crazy! Ah! Thanks, Craig. All right. Cool. And thank you so much for the claps. Checking the gaff meter. E-Room. All right. Cool. All right. So we went through the disclaimer once again. Mod love to the mods. Thanks to everybody for being here. Thanks to the lurkers. Disclaimer. Not real magic, but hey, if it was real magic, I'd tell you it's not real magic anyway. Oh yeah, we fixed the hug command, so we fixed that today as well, so that was good. So Alchemutate, let me read the Alchemutation gives E-Room a big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. Yep. Let's see, Iceflame X says, that one I probably could guess how it works, but it still blows my mind how smoothly you can do it. I mean, yeah, so if you like looking into how card tricks are done, a lot of times there's very clever things. And when I learned this, I was like, wow, that's really clever. I like that. And so it's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Alchemutation gives Chen the Magic Man a big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. Oh, yes. Damn enter key. Wah! On the mouth. Yep. And this is crazy. Yep. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. I'm not gonna give my phone number. That's a cybercrime waiting to happen. Lol, I love. Oh yeah, Chris MU's got the emotes. If you have the Chris MU emotes, feel free to spam them. All right, where were we? Oh yes, so now finale time. Okay. All right, guys, and tonight we'll be ending with Picasso aces under the presumption that I don't mess this up, because if I mess it up, I don't like to end stream on a trick that I mess up. So, Chris, my emotes, yeah. I'll never live that down. Right, checking the gaff meter. All right, here we go. We have a deck of cards. I want to show you that these aces did not come from this deck, because this deck is a blue-backed deck. These cards are red-backed cards. So here we have the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, the Ace of Diamonds, and of course the Ace of Spades. Now here, with the 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, what I want to do is I want to collect them all into the same place, but in a very magical way. So I don't want to just do it, let me just lay these out here. So there, we've got this, we've got that. Ace of Spades going to be the leader ace. We're going to collect all these aces up with the leader ace, but we're going to do it in a very magical way. So here's the thing. We're going to go ahead and take 3 cards and place them on each pile like this. And with that, we're going to square these up. And then we will slowly swap cards from each of these piles. So here we can see the red ace is there. You'll be able to see it until the last moment before I do the magic swap. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. I've grabbed the red ace and I'm going to swap it for a blue backed card. Now if I show you everything in this pile, they are all blue backed cards and none of these are aces. And if I show you, before we just had one red backed ace, the ace of spades, but look, now you'll be able to see two red backed cards, two blue backed cards, right? So now two of the aces are up there. Okay, so now down here we have this. Once again, you'll be able to see this until the very last second, up until I do the swap. Look, I grabbed it and I swapped it with the blue backed card from here. Because now, if you take a look, none of these are red backed and none of these are aces. And before we had two red cards, two blue cards. But now if I show you, I believe there should be three red aces, right? And one blue backed card. And now for this last one, Chicken Gaffney says, well, you're just pinching air, and that's silly. Hey, hold on. Wait a second. Let me just do the finger waggle. Because, you know, I think it's funny to say finger waggle on stream. I don't know why. I'm a child. All right, so here we have 4 cards, and to that I would say, hey, you're probably thinking there's shenanigans, and to that I would say, yeah, you're right, because shenanigans, sleight of hand, magic stream. But look, you can see that the ace of diamonds is here. If I place it amongst these cards, these, you'll see it from the back, but you'll also be able to see it from the front, right? Ace of diamonds is still there. But look, all we have to do is do that. No, wait, not the finger waggling. I need to pinch air. So here, let me pinch the air again. Boom, I've pinched the air. But the air is now holding the ace. And now if I swap it with that other blue card, so now we have all the blue cards over here, all the red-backed aces over there. Because now if I show you, look, we have all blue-backed cards over here. And if I show you the faces, none of them are aces. And now, if we take a look in this pile, they are all 1, 2, 3, 4 red backed cards because they are the ace of diamonds, ace of spades, ace of clubs, and ace of hearts. And that, my friends, is what I will call a successful finale. And it looks like we have a request for a high five command, all right, and a waggle command. All right. Tell you what, I will make notes into my. Actually, these are not actually in the spreadsheet. These are just in a text file. Twitch notes. Okay, here we go. Waggle command, high five command. Okay, I have at least noted it. No guarantees, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for the suggestion. Now, my next question is, should the high fives also be on the mouth? I cannot believe I said that out loud, but as soon as I thought about it, I'm like, this is ridiculous. All right. Thank you for clearing that, Chan. Well, darnest thing, I have never seen pinching air work like that. I know. Wouldn't it be great if you could just pinch air and be like, I've just taken some money from a bank account and placed it in my bank account? Right? That would be what? Yeah, right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Checking the gaff meter. Alchemy Mutation. E-Room. Iced Flame X. Yes, lol. Yeah, that's right. Pretty great. Yeah. So I don't know whose bank account you might choose, but you know, Elon Musk. Thank you. Jeffy B. If anybody doesn't know who Jeffy B is, it's Jeff Bezos. When I antagonistically refer to Jeff Bezos, I always call him Jeffy B. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, let's there we go. All right. Lol, Jeffy B. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we'll call that a successful stream. I did go basically until normal time anyway, so thank you. And then let's find somebody to raid. So let's see who is on, who is not, where we can go, and we'll go from there. Oh yeah, you guys get to see the new raid calls. So here's the new raid calls. And basically, I just wanted to explicitly call out it's time for Sleight of Hand Card Magician Crazy Asian. So just to be clear, because oftentimes I have to explain what I do on stream, I just figured it would be simpler to just say it in my raid call and that I'm bringing you guys over. So Ice Flame X says, I'm headed to bed, guys. Good night, guys. All right, Ice Flame X, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a glorious night. Take care of yourself. Sleep well. And we'll see you around. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. I need to figure out who we're going to raid tonight. So let's take a look here. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. It came from the depths of my chest, I guess. What is this new symbol? Oh, that's to knock to ask to collaborate. Oh yeah, no. I don't want to accidentally click on that. That I want to end stream. So that's not what I want to do. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who haven't we hit up in a bit? So actually, I see Chan's suggestion. That is probably a good. Let me see when the last time that person was raided. Find the keyboard grinder. It has been a month since I've raided the keyboard grinder. So yeah, that's wait, 7/7. Oh, almost 2 months, I guess. So okay. Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to be headed over to the keyboard grinder stream. If you guys are not aware, the keyboard grinder is a jazz musician, plays keyboards, and all around fun time. So let's go ahead and raid over to the keyboard grinder. All right, cool. Awesome. I've started the raid. Please copy a raid call if you'd like to come along for the raid. New raid calls. One, if you're subbed, use the one with all the emotes. If you're not subbed, get the one without the emotes. But anyway, that is that. Oh, I didn't even open up the. Let me just preemptively open up the stream here. Because I know that if I don't, there's going to be an ad when I get in. So, but. Anyway, once again, thank you so much to everybody who decided to come out to hang out today. Hopefully everybody had a glorious weekend. Hopefully everybody had fun in stream. Thank you for putting up with some of it. I did mess up a couple times tonight, but also I was practicing a little bit and I tried something new. Oddly enough, I did not mess up the new thing. I messed up an old thing. So, but anyway, everybody remember to hydrate, take care of yourselves, sleep well. Remember to stretch. Oh yeah, thank you to everybody who supported today. Ice Flame X, Ams Andrew, Alchemutation, Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for all the subs, gift subs, and the bits. Greatly appreciate it. All right, everybody. The raid is almost going to go automatically, so everybody take care of yourselves, and we'll see you later. All right, bye.